Very good evening, Nairobi, Kenya, Africa, and the world. It's your boy, Kev Matara, Otada, the Beast. Also on deck, this is big, man. September, Earth, Wind, and Fire. But, guys, speaking of being cruel, the situation is actually very cruel for most men out there. Like I said, this month it's all about the men's mental Health Awareness Month. Yes, so shout out to all brothers out there who are making sense of their lives. I know it's not easy. You got to keep pushing. Don't quit. Yeah, don't quit. First of all, before I give you some facts, by the way, if you're a guy, yeah, you need to work on 3 things: your body, your mind, your soul. In fact, 4 things, and your spirit. That's one thing I figure, manze. Yeah. It never gets easy. The good thing is these days we have so much resources out there, and you just got to do what you have to do, man. Yeah, life is for the living. See, that's what they say, yeah? Yeah. Anyway, so did you know, on the realest talk this evening, suicide is the second leading, Suicide is the second leading cause of death for men under 45. Yeah, so nearly 80% of all men who die by suicide are men, and it's the second leading cause of death for men under 45 globally. Now, despite struggling with mental health at similar rates, men are far less likely to ask for help. We've been talking about that. Only 1 in 4 seek professional support. And often push men to suffer alone. Be a man. You know how your dad told you. You know how you tell yourself. Yeah. So with men, 3.9 times more likely to die by suicide than women, it's time we make vulnerability and mental health care part of how we raise and support our boys. So now the source of this information is the CDC Mental Health America. And listen, if you're struggling with depression, you feel like your mental health is not right, man, I think you need to go get some help before things get out of hand. And it's very sad because most guys are lonely. Like, it's interesting, even if you're living with your family or your buddy, most guys just feel like they're not, like they're alone in this experience, this human experience, man. It's so sad. Yeah, and I've been there, so I'm not going to say too much, but it's not easy, especially in a country where, you're constantly watching your back, listening to some of the most negative news about the economy, how it's crazy. Some of us have to work like 2, 3, 4 jobs, relationships these days as well. Apparently, divorces are through the roof, divorce cases. Yeah. Guys are fighting too much, GBV, Like, so as a man, you're thinking, what can I do to just, make it right? So I'm going to say one thing. And mine is a bit nuanced, so allow me, you can forgive me. So for men, it's interesting because what I've learned is that it pays to be in a group. If you can play some sports, join a community, that will be really good for you. Yeah, like, you should never be alone in this thing. Yeah, have a bunch of buddies who you can engage with, even if it's like twice a week. If you can join a sports team. And I know you're probably in your 50s right now, even in your 60s. It doesn't matter. Just try. Like, you can even play tennis. Yeah, or just do something, anything. Just engage with people, not just your wife or your girlfriend. Get out there. And so aside from joining a community, there's a guy that I enjoy to listen to, and he's very famous. You probably know him too. So he's called Elliot Halls. So this guy is legit, man. Like, he's achieved a lot. It's always important for you to look up to men who've done stuff. Yeah, listen. Yo, first of all, by the way, always listen to people who've done more than you, like who've achieved way more than you. Unless it's like your family or your friends. But in life, if you're looking to make moves, you're looking for mentors, that kind of thing, even at work, yeah, look up to men who, this is for men, but even women. Look up to men who've achieved a lot more than you. It's easy to have a conversation with them because it's proof of concept. So I'm telling you stuff or rather, I'm referring to people who've really hacked this thing. You know, like they've done a good job when it comes to the mental wealth, when it comes to biashara, when it comes to the education, when it comes to family. So yeah, I think you should go check out this guy, Elliot Hart. Anyway, so he talks about the first thing you're supposed to do as a man is make sure your body is strong. Yeah, if you're gonna sort, and I don't mean like being like a bodybuilder, but you need to have a bit of muscle. Yeah, you need to be functional. I like that, and I think it's very important, especially when you're trying to get your mind right. Yeah, you need to be active. You need to be able to, to be resilient. So work on your body and finally get the money. Yeah, even if it takes some time, but just be busy getting the money. It makes more sense because you're going to see yourself growing because you can do stuff with your money. You can buy freedom. You can be more creative. You can love people better. It just is what it is. It is what it is. I have to put it out there. It's nuanced knowledge when it comes to this mental health conversation, right? It's very sad, Kwanzaa, when you check conversations in Kenya talking about how most young men are living in apathy. Sijui, most young men are giving up, they're changing their sexuality. It's like, well, I can go on and on and on. Yeah, but I don't think you should give up. Like, it's good to fight. Right? Anyway, it is what it is. Hello, Ice Cube and Dr. Dre.
The Spice Drive, the official soundtrack of getting you where you need to be.